All right, it's pre-dawn. It's dark out here. Anyway, I'm gonna be cooking some ribs today. So this is my fourth cook, and yes, I'm gonna be doing somewhat of a low and slow. I'm actually looking for a temperature of around 250, even as high as 275. I'm not really looking for a 225 cook. I've got 2 layers of a charcoal steak. I stacked them in there somewhat neatly, and I put some pecan and hickory, with little left I had of the pecan, and some hickory chips on there. I've got a lighter cube right there, and we've got some of this fire starter gel. This is alcohol based, not petroleum based, and I'm gonna light that up. Hey, you're watching Big Lou Barbecue, and the things I want to do. And what I want to do today is show you some footage that shot for another video. You see, recently I bought one of those Oklahoma Joe's Blackjack Kettle grills. Yeah, Oklahoma Joe's a year or so ago got into the kettle grill market. And it's a good kettle grill, but it's got a few issues. And I've done a few videos with the kettle grill. I'll leave those linked down below. And I bought a device, and I showed off the device in another video where I said I hope this will solve some of the issues, and I did one little cook where I did some sausage and boudin. And I'm in the process now of making a video about that device featuring 5 cooks. The device here is called the Oklahoma Joe's Charcoal Manager. All right, and so far I really like it, okay? But I'm gonna show you in an upcoming video where I cook that sausage and boudin again, and I'm gonna show you where I cook some pork tenderloins. I've roasted a stuffed chicken, and I've grilled some steaks, and a rib cook. I haven't actually grilled the steaks yet. I'm going to grill the steaks, sear steaks in it. Anyway, so far I'm impressed with this, but you know, I'm not affiliated with Oklahoma Joe's. They don't know I exist. They don't know my channel exists. They don't care that I exist. They probably wish my channel would go away because I haven't said a whole lot of good things about the grill. I've said good things about the grill, but I've also mentioned some bad things about the grill. The grill is much better with this Oklahoma Joe's Charcoal Manager that I bought from the Oklahoma Joe's website. It really makes it a much better grill. Anyway, I did a low and slow with it, cooking some ribs. It wasn't really too low and slow. It wasn't like brisket low and slow, 225 or anything. But I cooked some ribs, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna take that footage, I'm gonna put it together, make a little short video, maybe 10 minutes or so, and just show you kind of the raw footage. Remember, that footage was shot to be part of a total review of that Charcoal Manager. But I wanted to show you how good the ribs came out, because see, I used Heath Riles apple rub, all right? I'm affiliated with Heath Riles. Heath Riles knows I exist. I've met him, you know. Anyway, if you want to buy some of this Heath Riles apple rub or any other Heath Riles products, I've got links down below that'll help my channel out. I wanted to show you, tell you that those ribs came out absolutely delicious with this, and use the Heath Riles butter bath and wrap. And though the ribs weren't perfect, I could have left them on a little longer. You see, I did it on a Sunday morning early. I tried to get them done before I needed to leave for church, so I pulled them off probably about 30 or 40 minutes early. But you'll see what the ribs look like. We'll come back and I'll tell you my thoughts on them after that. All right, so that alcohol, you see it burns that nice blue flame, and I got that starter cube right there. And once this gets to about 225 to 275 range, I'm gonna put a rack of ribs on, St. Louis ribs. Well, I said I was gonna cut these to St. Louis, but I didn't. I'm keeping them whole spares. I did trim fat and the little loose ends off. I'm gonna use the fat to fry up in my skillet as a treat for my dogs, and the meat that I trimmed off, you know, the little loose ends that'll burn real bad. I'm gonna use in a cheese omelet this morning, pork and cheese omelet this morning for my breakfast. All right, so I got this, it's approaching, the dial has gotten a little fuzzy here, but you see that gray area? As long as it's in that smoke area, I'm good, even the lower end of that barbecue area right there. And I really wanted to be up here, but it's where I need to be to go ahead and put these ribs on this morning and get them started. That's how it's burning right now. And like I said, I didn't cut them to St. Louis, but I think they'll fit along here, offset pretty well, especially now that I trimmed up most of the heavy part. And we're gonna leave them meat side up like that, and I'm gonna shut it down and just let them go. I'll adjust the temps if I have to. All right, dawn has broken. Not using any electronics here, just the dome temperature saying 250. That's about where I want to cook. Got that clean smoke coming out, even though the pecan wood's in there and the hickory wood's in there. And So far, I'm real pleased. About an hour and a half in. Look at that. I wish you could smell it. They're doing great, and we're just going to keep it going like that. Vents are wide open. Got that thin blue smoke coming out of there. And I'm really going to like this Oklahoma Joe's Blackjack with that charcoal manager. It's working well on these ribs. They smell absolutely wonderful. All right, almost 2 hours and 45 minutes into the rib cook now. Now, after I showed it to you at maybe around the 90-minute mark, about an hour ago, I had opened the lid and I noticed maybe it was climbing a little bit. So I shut the vents down to maybe 3/4 open. And that's kept that right about where I want it. Right about where I want it. Now remember, I'm not using any electronics. I don't have any reading at the grate level. I should. And this is right over the charcoal manager, which means it's going to be a little cooler over there where I'm cooking the ribs. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. You're looking at them as I'm looking at them. And oh my gosh, they look like they're doing great. Charcoal manager's doing this right there. They smell amazing. You can see the bubbling up right there. So I haven't spritzed them or anything like that. I'm probably going to do that soon. But anyway, this is about the charcoal manager and it's doing what it's supposed to do. Let's shut it. All right, since I've left some oxygen in there, I'm going to go ahead and back this off a little bit and just shut it down and then let that stabilize, and then I'll make adjustments as I need to. All right, time to wrap these ribs with this Heath Riles butter, bath, and wrap. I've already got it made up. And right here in a mason jar, you see the pullback on the ribs and everything. Time to get these things wrapped up. So what I'm gonna do is put that right there like that. And I'm gonna put some more of this apple rub down in the bottom of this butcher paper, just like that. And now these are gonna go meat side down. Let's see, they are getting some bend in them. So, all right, a little more rub on top. And this butter bath. That's plenty. That'll do another rack of ribs right there. All right, wrap these up like this. Hold that in tight. All right, running at 250. That's all the way off. Remember, it still lets air in, but I use the brake. That is the accelerator. I speed up with it and slow down a little bit, but if I gotta slow down fast, I use the brake, and it's holding 250 and I'm happy. All right. I'm gonna sit right there in my cast iron oval Dutch oven and rest right there till we're ready to serve them.
Upside down.
Okay, so the ribs cooked, they were delicious. I wish I had left them on about 30 minutes to maybe an hour longer. I don't really like fall off the bone ribs, but I like a good, I like it to be somewhat moist. I didn't have to gnaw those. They weren't you didn't have to gnaw them, but they were, I wish I had left them on a little longer, but they rested in that cast iron Dutch oven while we went to church and came back. We cut them up. They were really good, but one of the reasons they were really good wasn't my cooking. It was the Heath Riles barbecue apple rub. This stuff was excellent on ribs and the butter bath. Hey, check some out. I got some links down below. Thanks for watching Big Lou Barbecue. And yes, a full review of the Oklahoma Joe's. Sorry, it was sitting on the table that the camera tripod's on. Oklahoma Joe's Charcoal Manager is coming soon, featuring 5 cooks. I've actually done more than 5 cooks on it. But yeah, it makes the grill a better grill.